You're listening to the Astrology Hub podcast, practical wisdom for living your life on purpose. Hey everybody, my name is Amanda Poole-Walsh and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Astrology Hub.
And I'm Donna Woodwell, Astrology Hub Senior Editor and teacher of magic and astrology.
And we are here for your weekly forecast for the week of December 3rd, 2018. All right, Donna, so tell us what is up this week.
Well, you know, Amanda, it is a dark moon week. And that means that all of our energies are pulled inward as we prepare for the next cycle. So what a dark moon means is that you can't see the moon in the sky. It's not lit up by the sun. So we are all turning in and feeling those energies of darkness. It's kind of like the winter of the moon cycle where the earth is lying fallow waiting for what comes next. So I don't know how you feel when there's a dark moon, but I especially feel the difference. My dreams feel different. I feel like I'm wandering around in dark places. What about you?
Yes. You know what I feel most of all is a reduction in like my energy level overall. I feel like my body's saying, okay, you know, just do that. What you just said, go inside, slow down the activities, maybe not have so much going on all at the same time, and just rest a little bit more than usual. This is not always easy to do, you know, in the schedule, in our, like the way that we design our lives, but I can feel the energy pulling me to do that. And so sometimes I fight against it and sometimes I go with it. And when I go with it, it's usually better.
So we all need to have nap time built into the week, and we should bring our blankies to the workplace so that we can all cuddle up and enjoy the feeling of the dark.
Donna, honestly, when people say like design your dream day, a nap daily is totally part of my dream day. I still haven't managed to put it together that way, but it is definitely in the mock-up. So someday it happens.
So you may have felt the intensity take a little bit of an uptick this weekend. That's because Mercury and Venus both entered the sign of Scorpio together. The moon joins them today. So hopefully you haven't scheduled any meetings this morning, or you might have to keep it simple because you might feel that people's emotions are a little on edge or more intense than usual.
And Donna, that's all day, right?
That's all day, yeah. And so if it were me, I would say don't leave the office without making a plan, though, because Tuesday morning is the most productive day of the week. And you will want to get moving as soon as you walk in the door because there's a lot of energy to help you get things done. You might have a clear head on Wednesday morning, but confusion will sink in later in the day. So that might be a sign that you are doing too much, feeling a bit overwhelmed. And so it's a great night to take a break on Wednesday night. So if the weather's nice, go take a walk. If it's not, then curl up with a good book or some kind of movie. Anything that will give your mind a break. Amanda, what do you do when you need to take a break?
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that. It's actually the opposite of what probably a lot of people do. And I think it's because of my moon in Gemini, but I actually like to really entertain my brain. So for me to take a break, I'll listen to a podcast or I'll listen to music and walk on the beach or, you know, dance. I mean, hula, honestly, is one of my biggest outlets for when I need to just like check out. So yeah, I mean, those are the kinds of things that really do a lot for me in terms of recharging the batteries.
You know, those are all really good ideas. I think we should all take hula lessons. What do you think?
Oh my gosh. I would love that. Why doesn't everybody come out to Maui and we'll all dance hula together?
Sounds like an excellent plan. Yeah. Anything that can give your mind a chance to do something totally different is going to be restorative. Now on Thursday, Mercury is ending his 3-week retrograde. So you're going to feel the pace start to pick up over the coming days. You know, projects that stalled out in November, you know, they're going to find your year-end resolution of them in December. So it's a great time to start finalizing things for the year and getting ready to start the new year. Because the only planet retrograde right now is going to be Uranus, which is going to end its retrograde in a few weeks. And then we will have 2 full months. 2 full months, can you believe it? With no retrogrades whatsoever. And astrologers talk about retrogrades as times when, you know, things go backwards. You have to retrace your steps. You have to, revisit what you're doing. And 2 months is a really long time to have nothing hitting the pause button. So I think all of us are going to have to find ways to capitalize on that energy.
Okay, so what I just saw visually is all of us like on the racing block, like preparing to either dive into the water or start our sprint, whatever sport you want to be playing with. But basically the energy is queuing up or teeing up for us to like spring forward and really capitalize on those 2 months starting in January where there will be no planets in retrograde, correct?
Absolutely. And that's going to take some time and planning in advance because sometimes when you're driving really fast, just trying to keep up, it's hard to think about where you want to go because you're so in the moment. And hence, while we have a little bit of this interior energy going on this month, it's a good time to think ahead.
Use the energy. Okay, everybody, this is where the Cosmic Curriculum gives us such an advantage in life because we know right now the most important thing we can do is be making those plans, be revisiting things that haven't been working, move towards it, like visualize and dream in the thing that we want to create because we're going to have the wind in our sails in January so we can just take off. The other thing is this is a good time to invite you all to mark your calendars for our January 2019 the forecast event. So the 2019 forecast where we bring in 13 astrologers. They're going to tell you all about the energy for the entire year of 2019. That's going to be January 15th through 17th from 2 to 5 Pacific, 3 to 6 Eastern. So just mark your calendars now and make sure you can make as much space as possible to tune into that because that's really going to help you, again, capitalize on the forward momentum we're all going to have and move everything in your life that you want to move forward. Just, use those 2 months to do that.
Sounds like a really good idea. And it's great that we're talking about new starts, new beginnings, and new plans because today is not only the end of a Mercury retrograde, it's also the new moon in Sagittarius. And new moons are great times to start thinking about your intentions for the next lunar cycle. And this one gives you a chance to think about not only this lunar cycle, but what's going to be coming in the future. So spend some time today thinking about what's important to you this month, putting those plans into place, but with one cautionary tale. The cautionary tale is that this particular new moon is in what's called a square, which is a tense aspect with a planet that's known for being very elusive, and that's the planet Neptune. Sagittarius can have a tendency to overcommit and overpromise because it's like going in and looking at the smorgasbord and your eyes get really big and you say, I want some of that, I want some of that, and I want some of that, and I want some of that, filling up your plate and then realizing that you've eaten too much. That is the nature of Sagittarius. And so when you put it with Neptune, what happens is you are convinced, oh yes, I can do this. I can do all of these things and it will be fine, but it doesn't have the same grasp of reality as it is. And so you can wind up in places where you're overcommitted or you find yourself underwater, as befits the god Neptune, the god of the sea, and not sure how to get out of it. So when you are making your intentions for this month, try to be as clear as possible with yourself, but also keep it as simple as possible because you might find that you need the extra space to be able to dream and consider your options rather than making them concrete.
Great input. So it's almost like if you're going to make commitments, don't fill up your entire schedule. Like leave space so that if you need the space, you have it. Also leave yourself the opportunity to back out of some of the things that might seem like a really good idea right now. Or are you saying like don't make commitments at all?
I would say the former. Leave your space to back out because I like to say to my clients that with Neptune, that all that glitters is not gold, but sometimes it is. Trick is with Neptune, it's really hard to tell the difference. And so it might be things that you've always dreamed about that are put in front of you, but you won't know if they're real or not unless you have something else to give you a reality check. So a way around that might be to under normal circumstances, I would say, ask your friends, ask other sounding boards. Does this sound as good as it looks? But unfortunately, right now, everyone's affected by this new moon under Neptune. So their opinion may not be any better than yours at the moment. So I would just say counsel you to go a little bit slower and a little bit more caution than you usually would. And there's that old saying, if it loves you and you let it go, it will come back. And if it was meant for you and it's really that important, you're not going to lose it just by taking a few, it's a little bit of time to make sure it's the right answer.
Okay. All right. That's a lot for us to work with right there. So that's happening Thursday, and that energy will be with us through the weekend
for an entire month. That's the new moon in Sagittarius. Yeah.
Okay. So that's setting the tone for the whole entire lunar cycle. So there could be things that come our way that sound really great. And again, my strategy is going to be commit, but with that exit clause. This sounds great. And, let's give it a try for a month, or let's just see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, we'll check in 30 days kind of approach.
Sounds good. It's an escape hatch. Neptune likes escape hatches.
Well, and in every business contract, you have an escape clause, or, how is this thing going to end? If someone wants to leave, how do we get out of it? So it sounds like anything that we're committing to right now needs to have that as a part of it.
Right. Now on Friday morning, that escapist Neptune meets the action-oriented planet Mars. Now, this is actually a really complicated pairing in the sky that only happens once every 2 years. It's complicated because Mars wants to go, 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 and Neptune goes, go where? I'm supposed to go someplace? Aren't I everywhere already? And it has a feeling of dissolution that accompanies it. So it's one of those times where you might feel your energy all of a sudden just sort of disappear, and there's no motivation to do a lot of things. Or if you've been leading a lifestyle that's already got you on the edge of burnout, this might be a moment when you really, really feel it. So what you might want to do is make some time on Friday. If you can take the afternoon off, have some downtime for yourself and recharge your batteries, because there's a lot of energy coming up later in the month and you want to be able to capitalize it. Speaking of which, Saturday is one of those examples of a day with a lot of energy. It's very much a getting things done kind of day. So if you had a list of all the things you needed to do to prepare for the holidays, for example, this is the day when you just pull out your list and start checking things off, because there's a lot of productivity in the air. And also, this is a year where you don't really want to get wrapped up into last minute shopping, because all the energy around those few days before the Christmas holidays is very conflicting. So shop now, rest later.
That's so helpful, Donna, to know right now that we should just get everything done this Saturday, or as much as possible done this Saturday. And then really, so I would just want to highlight that warning you just gave us, Donna, to not leave any last minute shopping or running around, because it's going to be more frustrating than usual. It's going to be harder on ourselves than we need to be. So again, this is where using that cosmic curriculum to our advantage and just really working with the energy is going to help us out in the long run. So thank you for that tip.
Absolutely, Amanda. There's never any reason to make things harder on ourselves. Okay, then, of course, the end of the week is Sunday, and it's a more lighthearted day, at least until the evening hours. Sunday evening, Pluto meets the moon, which has to do with our emotions. And that's a mix that can bring a lot of emotional intensity. So honesty and authenticity are your best options, and be around people that you feel safe with. Because if you don't feel safe, that plutonic influence can seem very overpowering.
Perfect. Okay, Donna, thank you so much. So one recommendation I have for all of you is on Friday, that day where we need to rest and we may be feeling burnout, we may be feeling exhausted, the calm before the storm, right? Because Saturday is going to be tons of energizing energy for us. Friday, I have an idea for you. You can check out our first official episode of the Cosmic Curriculum, which we are releasing this Thursday. So on Thursday, we will be doing episode 000, 001, and 002. You'll be able to tune into all three of those episodes. 000 is a trailer for our show. 001, You'll get to hear some intimate details about Donna and my story and how we got here and why we feel like astrology is one of the most powerful tools for all of you to align with and why we feel so passionate about sharing it with you. And then episode 002, where we will give you a lot of foundational definitions and tools and tips for actually working with the Cosmic Curriculum podcast going forward. So please check it out. It'll be on whatever podcast player you use. It will be released and available for you to listen to on Thursday. So take some time this weekend to tune in and check it out and get your fill of the Cosmic Curriculum. All right, Donna, thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to leave us with as we go into our week?
Yeah, definitely check it out, because now that I'm listening to Amanda talking about it again, it sounds so exciting. I want to go again.
All right. That's a good sign. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We can't wait to connect with you on Thursday. And also remember, these forecasts will be released every Monday. So if you want to get your inside scoop on what's happening for your week, make sure that you tune into this podcast every Monday for your weekly forecast. Thanks, everybody, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Astrology Hub podcast. We can't wait to continue exploring with you and bringing you astrology's most practical wisdom so you can live your life on purpose. We'll catch you on the next episode.